Process blog. And if you could introduce yourself, Caitlin and Matt.
Hi, my name's Caitlin Major.
I'm Matthew Hoddy.
Okay, and what brings you to SPX this year?
We had a friend actually who organized to have a bunch of Australians come over, and we got some government money, and it was all really nice. So I guess that's why we're here. We also just really want to sell comics.
We really wanted to come over and see all of our favorite artists, comic makers, really, because this place is packed full of them.
So are you finding that you're mostly following indie writers and indie artists online?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We don't get to see these people unless we come, like, we find them online. This is the only chance we have to see them in person.
Okay, so it's great that you guys have an appreciation for American indie comics, but can you talk a little bit about the Australian indie comic scene, maybe the differences between that and the American, and how, as a creator, it might be different to get into the industry?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Well, the indie comic scene in Australia is still pretty small. Like, you know, we're starting to build it up, but it's nothing like the size of the community here. So yeah, I guess like everyone who makes comics in Australia is friends.
yeah, everyone knows each other pretty
Everyone
much.
knows each other.
That is great.
The community's very, I would say, insular, like, incestuous. Like, the only reason we exist is we all buy each other's books. But here you have people coming to buy the books that are just fans of comic books, you know, like they want to read new stuff.
Yeah.
And because they're sick of, like, the superhero tribe that you get. But, you know, there's indie stuff here that does it differently, so it's great. But, yeah, in Australia, it's just like everyone, the only people that really buy it, there are a few people that, you know, are there, are fans.
That actually happens pretty commonly in America as well, where like within a small community, it's basically the community elevating itself and trying to get more attention. So it's great that you guys can work together, especially in the Australian infancy of the comic book scene.
I'd definitely say it's infancy at the moment, but it's getting big.
It's getting bigger.
That's great. So how would you compare convention in Australia to SPX?
They're much smaller for a start.
Yeah, the only conventions we have are more like Comic Cons, where it's more about the movies, TV stars.
And only a little bit about comics.
Yeah, the Artist Alley, which this is just a giant Artist Alley.
Yeah.
It's a sideshow. We're there because they're like, we should promote the little guys, I guess. We want comics to happen, I don't know. But yeah, this is, and then even then, it's maybe like 50% are doing indie work. You know, there's like a whole bunch of people that do fan art, and the others are just like selling merchandise of their favorite cartoons. It's like they'll make little cushions or plush dolls or something like that.
Okay.
Cool, like we love that stuff. But this is all indie people, indie creators. So
Yes.
it's a bit different.
So, right before we start talking about your work a little bit, can you tell me about some of the logistics in coming to America for a convention? Did SPX help out? I know that they had a great system of you mailing your work to them.
Yeah.
Well, we were actually in contact with Warren Bernard, who's like one of the main organizers, and he was so helpful, just incredibly helpful. Like, he helped us getting our books printed over here, and when our Australian printer like dropped the ball, he helped us get some more books printed over here. So yeah, they was just so helpful, and you know, really always willing to respond, and
Yeah, they're really responsive, I guess is the main thing.
yeah.
That's great.
So we actually got, so this was printed through the printers that do a whole bunch of stuff for SPX.
Yeah.
We got the reprint of our book, Volume 1 and 2, done in America, which was, you know, we couldn't find a place to get it done cheap enough in Australia, so we had to go overseas basically.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it is a bit, but, you know, it's worked out really well, so.
But yeah, other than that, just like we just packed our bags full of books and just sort of hope that they wouldn't pull us up at customs.
Definitely.
That was pretty much our plan. If we get pulled up, we're giving it away for free, and we are giving it away for free, so but we're also charging people. Let's edit that bit out.
I'll get right on it. If you don't mind me asking, do you feel like there's a little bit more pressure since maybe your overhead might have been more than some of the other artists around you to make that hard sale? Or are you just here to meet the other comic creators and just trying to make the best of it?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just want to make friends, and we just want people to read our
to a convention not necessarily expecting the world from it,
Yeah.
because I mean a lot of times you do make the money to the table back, but sometimes you don't, and
Yeah.
that's just the reality of it.
On the topic of money, we made enough yesterday. So usually at conventions in Australia, we'll have to like draw caricatures of people and like fan art and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah,
just
certainly.
to like on the spot pictures, just to make back money.
Right, not your own work, but
Yeah, that's right.
But we didn't do any of that yesterday, and we made the same amount in one day. Just
Yeah,
selling
just from
books.
selling books, which is incredible.
Which that's incredible.
it's definitely an uphill battle to get your characters recognized, or even for someone who is completely unfamiliar with your work to purchase it.
yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Thanks very much.
Finally, is there anything you wanted to promote? Or are you going to be releasing anything new? Obviously, Space Pirates seems like it's coming along fairly well.
Yeah, so we're basically just here to promote Space Pirates and get people reading it, make sure that people know who we are. But we have a web address.
Okay. Sure.
Spacepirates.com. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So yeah, people
All right, and we can find all the latest
yeah,
issues
people
there?
can follow us.
You can buy stuff online. You can also get like digital copies too. So if you don't want to pay for shipping, and there's also like a few other things up there. Like it's a web comic. You can read it all for free online. But if you want to support us, like
I think anyone who's coming to SPX does want to support you.
so
So.
help us out.
All right, that sounds great. I hope you have a good SPX.
Thank you, man. You too.